Hello, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my weekly energy forecast. This is actually a big kind of week. We have a lot of energy going on this week. We have Mercury stationing direct. We have Uranus stationing direct. We have a Sun-Pluto conjunction, which we're kind of dealing with that energy all week throughout the week. We have the new moon on Saturday, which is exciting. And then we have this ongoing energy between Mercury and Mars, which is kind of interesting. So I want to get into all of that energy for this week. But before I get into Monday, I want to talk about the Sun and Pluto conjunction and just the energy around that, because it can be really intense. The Sun is our soul's expression and how we express ourselves, and Pluto is power and control and transformation. Is really intense, and this is in Capricorn, which has a Saturnian kind of expression. So it can have to do with authority or those that are in power, maybe trying to abuse their power or push that. And this could be like our boss or government or anything like that. So it'll be really interesting to see how this plays out. But in our own personal life, this could be us taking our power back, which is really nice and really interesting. So we will be dealing with that energy all week. The Sun and Pluto will be within 5 degrees of each other. So this is an energy we're definitely going to feel coming into the week, and comes exact on the 18th, which is Wednesday. Actually around the same time that Mercury stations direct, which is also interesting. It's actually within hours of each other. Mercury stations direct and Sun conjuncts Pluto. I think Sun conjuncts Pluto first, and then Mercury stations direct a couple hours later on Wednesday. So that's definitely an energy that we're going to feel throughout the week. So just take note of that. Be aware. When we're aware of these things, we can understand and be able to utilize the energy to benefit us in a better way. Sometimes I find if we're not aware of this energy, it tends to be a little bit more challenging and difficult. But if we're aware of it, we're able to navigate the energy a lot better. I've noticed this just personal experience and family and friends and clients. And so definitely take note of that. So let's get into the week. So let's start with Monday, January 16th. We have Mars direct now in Gemini, which is really nice. Even though Mars is still not moving that much, he's direct. So there's light at the end of that tunnel. Now, one thing I found super interesting was Mars being in Gemini in my area where I live. Actually, even my grandmother's building, there was a lot of fires. And I thought that was such like a Mars and Gemini thing. I mean, it's nobody got hurt at my grandma's building, but in the city about 40 minutes from mine, I think that there was a tragedy, which is sad, but another fire. It kind of blew my mind. Astrology really blows my mind sometimes, how literal it can be. And I was thinking, if you listen to my last week's weekly energy forecast, I mentioned car accidents, how it was because Gemini can rule cars. I didn't even think of fires, but Gemini is an air sign, and then Mars is fire. So it was super, that's really crazy literal. I just wanted to put that out there because I thought that was super interesting. But so we have Mars direct now, which is nice. And we have Mars and Mercury at this 8 degrees, which they've been at a while, and Mercury is going to station direct at that 8 degrees, Mars station direct at that 8 degrees. So there's this ongoing conversation between Mercury and Mars. And this energy it's a quincunx. which is an energy that sometimes doesn't mesh well together and not able to connect. So it's like thinking it, speaking it, but not able to like put it into action in a sense. So that's an ongoing energy that we're definitely going to feel on Monday, and especially because both planets are moving super slow. And this is like Gemini and Capricorn. So it's like, yeah, like thinking it, feeling it, speaking it, but like not able to completely put it into action. It's an energy that that is not easy to integrate. It's not easy to like, there's no connection. It's hard to connect the two. A quincunx is like where the planets are not able to like mesh well together. They're not seeing, they have nothing in common. So that's really Monday. And then Tuesday, we have, of course, the sun is moving closer to Pluto. So as the week goes on, this energy is going to start intensifying. So we can have, this can show up, like I said at the beginning, with in power and authority figures in our life on a global scale. And then also, if we're aware of this is a way we can really take our power back and start taking action in those Capricorn areas of our chart, right? And then, so on Tuesday, the moon is going to enter Sagittarius. So that was another thing when I was looking at this chart. It was like these like power and control topics coming up, or like authority figures, but like the moon is in Sagittarius, which is like freedom and adventure. So it's like, you can try and hold me down, but like that's not going to fly. We're going to be feeling definitely like being free, kind of doing what we want. Nobody's really going to hold us down. So I thought that was super interesting. And I actually wrote that down, like flying free, being free. So like they could try to hold us down, but we're going to be, doing our own thing. So I thought that was kind of nice. And then on Wednesday, January 18th, that's when we have the sun conjunct Pluto and we have Mercury stationing direct. So this will be that ongoing energy. And like I said, so really, I'm just reading my notes. Really, it's just the ongoing energy that we're going to start feeling at the beginning of the week. And then on Wednesday is really when it's going to come to fruition. It's really going to hit hard on Wednesday. That's when these planets come exact. And that's when Mercury stations direct. So it'll be like this huge jolt. So we'll be like moving into this energy through the week, and we'll be feeling something bubbling. We'll be feeling something coming up. And then on Wednesday, it's just going to be like smack, here it is. What are you going to do about it? Kind of. But, it can be like all energy. It can be challenging, but it can also be really positive. And it really depends on our outlook, our perception, and awareness. If we're aware of these things, I can't say this enough. If we're aware of these things, we can absolutely move through this energy so much more better. So on Wednesday, we'll really feel that Mercury energy by Mercury stationing direct, and that Sun and Pluto conjunction, because it's going to be exact. So yeah, I wrote here taking my power back. That's it. I said. So it is, and it is a good energy for that. And speaking it. Well, Mercury is still going to be slow. So it's like that energy starting to move in. We can start getting those thoughts and start getting those maybe even ideas of how to start moving into our power. But it'll start taking action in the following weeks when the planets start really moving forward. So, okay, so now Thursday, January 19th, we are still going to have that Mercury-Mars connection. The sun kind of moves on, and the moon is going to enter Capricorn. So now that energy is easing up a little bit from the sun and Pluto, even though they're really still very close together. It'll start putting those all those ideas and like all that stuff that's coming to us, we'll start putting it into action. Well, no, not putting it into action, but we'll start thinking of how we're going to move it forward. Sorry. But remember, like, the sun is our absolute soul expression. Like, that's how we express ourselves, and it's the light. It's like, it's really what drives us. And so, usually when the sun is in a conjunction, it stops it from being like an absolute challenging experience. But it is Pluto. Pluto is very transformative, very intense, very deep, and absolutely represents power and control. So, yes, definitely make note of that. And then Friday, January 20th, the sun enters Aquarius, and we, what did I say at the beginning of this, that the new moon was in Aquarius on Friday? Oh no, I put Saturday. Okay, if I said earlier it was on Friday, no, it's on Saturday. But on Friday, the sun enters Aquarius, and like, there's not too much going on Friday. There's still just coming out of all of that other stuff that we've been feeling throughout the week. The Mercury, Mars, the sun, Pluto, we're still just feeling that. We're still just moving out of it. The sun is now going to move into Aquarius, so it'll be in an out of sign conjunction with Pluto, but it's starting to move on. It's starting to lighten up. And the difference with the Capricorn energy and Aquarius energy, so like when the sun shifts signs, that's a really big shift, because it goes from like the 29th degree into the 0 degree of the next sign. And when you're at a 0 degree point of any sign, it's like a laser focus energy of that sign. You take on all of those characteristics. Everything about that sign is like literally in that 0 degree. So when the sun moves into the 0 degree point of Aquarius, we could really be feeling like socializing, getting online, getting with friends, because that's what Aquarius is. It's about, being social and, the collective and humanitarian pursuits and all of that stuff. So that could be, a huge energy for Friday, is just wanting to get out there, or, doing something online with your social media, stuff like that. And then on Saturday, we have the new moon in Aquarius at 1 degree. So you will want to see if you have any planets or points around that 1 degree, because this will really affect you. And the new moon in Aquarius, like, this is a really nice energy. I really look at this as like new beginnings. And if you have any energy in Aries, which is going to have a nice sextile to this new moon, and we have Jupiter in Aries, like, this is a really nice energy. I really like this energy. You can have major opportunities coming up. Depending on which houses those are, we'll show you the themes and where in life this will show up. But that can result in like major opportunities, especially with Jupiter there. So definitely make note of that. And you're going to want to check your chart to see where this new moon is going to be within your chart. But this is a really nice energy, and it's not really aspecting anything in a challenging way. So I really, really like this. And it's like, if this is like the official energy for the new year, it's like the new moon and like the new year. Now all planets are going to be direct, because on Sunday we have Sunday we have Uranus stationing direct. And so now all planets are direct, and this is amazing energy for moving forward. So from now, for the next couple of months, we're going to have all planets direct. So if you want to start planting seeds and getting things going in every aspect of life, now is the time. Like, we have the energy there to support us to move forward in our business, move forward in our work. If you have, pursuits you want to do at home or personally, the energy is there to support us. So this is really nice. This new moon is like amazing for planting seeds to move forward, to get things moving over the next few months. It's very, very nice. And then Sunday, we have that Uranus stationing direct. And we have Venus conjunct Saturn. So this is also, this can be like a feeling of like a restrictive energy, because Venus is like our love language and like self-expression in a sense, like how we the things we love and enjoy doing in life, and how we, verbally express ourselves in that sense, and even like physically show others how we feel about them. And with Saturn there, like there might be some type of restriction or something preventing us from like doing something that we want. And it's also in Aquarius. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. Oh my goodness. It's yes. It's it's an Aquarius, because Saturn's in Aquarius. Oh my gosh. Anyways, Mercury is still retrograde, obviously, while I'm doing this, and I've totally been feeling Mercury is my chart ruler. So when Mercury, mind you, I am a Mercury retrograde natal, so I find I can get creative during a Mercury retrograde. Sometimes I have my greatest ideas flow through during a Mercury retrograde. However, when it comes to like getting them out, it's like a little bit difficult. But anyways, so that's what I really feel for the Venus conjunct Saturn energy. There may be a little bit of a challenge or restriction with that, if we're trying to express ourselves in some way, or trying to do something that we've been like wanting to get going. There might be something kind of stopping us, but it does pass, and Venus moves on into Pisces next week. I believe that. Yeah. We'll deal with the Venus moving into Pisces next week. So overall, this is a decent week. I think this can be a really good week for personal power, for planting new seeds and beginnings, and even, utilizing this Sun and Pluto energy would be really, really nice. And then we have the new moon, like, within 5 degrees of that. So this is a really nice energy. This is a really, really nice energy to work with. So definitely take advantage of this week. Definitely take advantage of this energy. Be aware of the challenges that are there, so you're able to navigate through it easier. And overall, this is, I feel like, going to be a very good week, and good for us taking our power back. All right. So anyways, I really, really hope that you found this helpful and useful, and feel free to comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything else that you would like me to, address on these weekly videos or anything like that. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.